Hi and welcome to the podcast. My name is Kristen. You can find me on Instagram as Skein and on Ravelry as K10, that's K10. Hope you're doing really well. It's quite a hot day today, so I have the fan going. I hope it's not going to make any noise. I also have the door open just a little bit, so I hope there's not too much noise outside because my cat is outside, and if I shut that door she'll want to come in, and then if I let her in and I shut the door she'll want to go out. So it's easier if she can just do what she wants. Yeah, I hope you're doing really well. Hope you all had a good Easter. We just had a very quiet Easter, just like pretty much everyone else. Just sat at home, watched some good movies, read books, did a lot of knitting, cleaned out my cupboard in the bedroom, which was long overdue, and I'm so glad I got that done. Yeah, so just hanging around the house as per usual. Yeah, I did actually manage to do quite a lot of knitting, and I think it's quite a hot day today, but the temperatures have been quite cool, particularly at night. So I have major cast on cravings, and I've looked at patterns, and yeah, I just want to cast everything on. I've got to be careful because I really am a one, at the most two, project person, because if I cast on too much I tend to forget to knit other things and then they never get done. So if I can just keep it to two, at the max three, I'm usually pretty good. So I'm just, as I cast off, I'm casting on new things, so trying to keep control of that urge. So yeah, I guess I just might as well get into it. So I finished the Colourmelt shawl, which is what I showed you last week. I actually bound off last night, but I haven't woven in the ends or blocked it yet. And this is it here. I used our Merino sock in 3 colours. You can knit this shawl using 6 or 3 colours. I used Mascara, Orchid and Space Out, and yeah, it was just a really relaxing knit. I just needed something just to zone out and watch movies and not have to think too much about, so this was really good for that. This is garter stitch, simple shawl. I'm just counting rows really, which is easy in garter stitch because you're just counting the bumps. So yeah, I will be blocking this on the weekend. Today is Thursday, so I'll probably get this blocked tomorrow, and yeah, I'll take it into work. And I think I might, I have 2 chairs at work in sort of the space that will eventually become our shop, and I want to put, I think I'm going to put this shawl over one of the chairs and the 6 colour Colourmelt shawl over the other chair, so it'll look quite nice. And of course I can wear it if I get cold at work, which happens in winter. So that's my only whip. So as soon as I cast this off, I did cast another project on. So this Friday, tomorrow, I'll be releasing a new design, which is the Cruiser cardigan. It's called the Cruiser, no cardigan on the end, but that's this one, which I've already spoken about 3 episodes ago, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But the design's coming out on Friday, and then we are doing pre-orders for this design at the same time, so you can choose. I used Merino's sock, which is single ply, and I combined that with a Mohair, so both of those will be on the shop, and you can choose any colourway you want on either of the bases, and we will dye it. And I hope to have next week is free, so I've left that free so I can dye the orders next week, and they will ship straight away as soon as they're dried. So I'm hoping to get these out really fast. So I decided with this design that this cardigan will be a sample and I won't wear it, which was a hard decision because I really do, I like the colour, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. In fact, this is probably my favourite design so far. I love it. I love the cardigan, I love the shape. I'm really happy with it. So I decided that I was going to cast one on for myself, and recently I bought back a new colourway that we had years ago. It's called Milky Way, which is here. This one here. Actually, I have another one somewhere else, which I did an Instagram giveaway, and that Skein's over there. But yeah, so this is Uptown sock with the Milky Way, on the Milky Way colourway, and I decided that I was going to knit this into a cruiser cardigan, but I wasn't quite sure what colour I wanted to combine with, because I mean it's got lots and lots of colour in it. I mean, there's just so many options. I was thinking maybe a navy. You could do pink as well, but I kind of wanted something neutral-ish. So I decided to combine it with our basic dark grey, which is called Typo. So I'm going to knit it with these. And I've only just cast on last night. I was really tired last night actually, so I cast on, I knit one row and just put it down. I was hoping to knit a bit more, but I just couldn't do it. That's it there. So as you can see, you're still going to be able to see the pops of colour, but it will have like a grey tone to it. I think it's going to be really nice. So that's my new cast on. I also have been looking at the cotton top, the new design that I've been doing, which I spoke about, I think it was last week. I haven't done anything more to it. I've just sort of put it to the side just for the moment because I just need a little break, I think, from designing, just not for long, just a week or two, just to work on a few other things. But yeah, I'm going to get back to that. But I have been looking at lots of different things online. There's one top, the Rift top, actually, by Jaquiline Cieslak, which I have had, did I say Rift? I hope I said Rift. Rift top, which I have had in my queue for a very long time. Anyway, I thought to myself, I wanted to go and do a bit of stash diving because I always knit with my yarn, and I kind of need to knit with my yarn often because obviously I need to show how the yarn works up and what you can do with it. But I love working with other people's yarns, obviously, and I just thought it was nice to use a bit of stash. So I went stash diving and I rediscovered my Viola yarn that I've had in my stash for a very long time. So this is Emily Foden, I think it's Foden. She is a Canadian dyer. She had opened an Etsy store about the same time that I did, so it was circa 2010. And then she shut the shop down for a while and she went to England and started working with John Arbon, which is like a mill in England, and it's actually in Devon in England, and she did a few things like collaborations with him where she would I guess dye the roving and then put together colorways using different color rovings. Anyway, they had this yarn called Viola. I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit bright. And I think I bought 4 or 5 skeins of the pale colour, which I have a feeling might be oatmeal. No, it's not, it's called Unpredictable. And it's a really, really basic creamy oatmeal-y colour, which why I thought it was oatmeal, and it has like these flecks of very pale purple and pink, and it's just beautiful, beautiful yarn. So I bought these, and then I bought a contrast colour which was like a blue, and I had at the time a book came out which was Hannah Feddick's yoke book, and there was this really nice pullover and it had this beautiful yoke design, and that's what I bought the yarn for, but obviously I never got around to making it. Anyway, I saw this yarn and I immediately thought of Rift Tea, which needs 3 skeins of Sport 2 DK. So I think the design itself actually uses a sport weight, but she does say that you can use DK if you have it. So I'm going to have to gauge swatch to make sure I've got the right gauge for it. But there's 2 versions of the Rift Tee. I will put a picture in so you can see what I'm talking about. There's a short sleeve version and a long sleeve version. I'm tossing up between which one I want to knit, because here in Coffs Harbour I could do a long sleeve version, but that would only be wearable for maybe a month. But the short sleeve version I could wear from now till, you know, spring. So it's probably, I think I've just answered my own question right there. So yeah, I'll probably do the short sleeve version, and yeah, so that will be cast on at some stage. Like I said, I've got to be careful I don't cast on too much, because then I'll have all these things and I will, yeah, I won't knit them. So that's that. Then I've been watching Rose Hip Chick podcast, and I've been really enjoying it, and she has a knit along going, which is 2020 Australian and New Zealand hand dyed sock knit along, but you don't have to just knit socks. You can knit anything you want as long as it's using an Australian or a New Zealand dyer. So I went to Bendigo last year, which I think was June or July last year, and unfortunately Bendigo is not going to be on this year. If you're not from Australia or New Zealand, you probably may not have heard of Bendigo. Bendigo's it's like our sheep and wool show. It's the biggest one in Australia, and yeah, it's like where all knitters from everywhere go to. So yes, it's a bit of a shame. We vended there last year and had a ball, and we weren't thinking of vending this year because Paul hurt his foot, and I just couldn't do everything and dye stock for Bendigo, but we might have actually gone down. We could have flown from here to Melbourne, picked up a car and then gone to Bendigo, but yeah, it's not going to happen. But while I was in Bendigo last year, I visited a few of the indie dyers that I really admire, and one of them is Pirate Pearls, Katrina of Pirate Pearls. It was really nice to meet her, and I bought quite a lot of yarn from her. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. So I bought a plain grey. I had an idea of maybe combining all of these yarns into some sort of colour work project, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still deciding. But okay, so why I'm talking about this is because for the Rose Hip Knits podcast, I'm going to be using these yarns for something. So this is Blackbeard, which is a Polworth silk. It is stunning. It's from Tandy, who is a sheep farm in Victoria, and yeah, it's really pretty. I got another Blackbeard. Oh, that's right, I was going to combine these 3 together. So they're all Blackbeard, they're all the same base. This one is colourway. Oh, she has shades. So shade 18. This is coal. So they would be a nice match for something. And then I also bought these to extend my options of what I wanted to knit. So this is Seaworthy's sock. I think they both are. Yep, Seaworthy's sock. It's a Corriedale Mohair blend, so 80% Corriedale, 20% Mohair. This is grown in Victoria by Cloverleaf Corriedale stud. And they're sport ply. I don't know, you could do a shawl, something with these. So that's option one, and I certainly will be knitting with these at some stage during the knit along. And then I have yarn from my creative garage, who is Vanessa, who was really nice to meet her as well. I bought these yarns. So this is Gooey Caramel. I have a Kid Mohair and a Merino nylon stellina, and actually this yarn came as a kit with a pattern that she had. It was this beautiful shawl. So I bought the kit and the pattern, so I might actually knit this up into that, or if there's something else that catches my eye, I'll do that. But yeah, so I have lots of choices. I'm sure I have lots of other yarns in my stash that's from Australian dyers. I actually should do a stash video one day. I got quite a lot of stuff in there, and stretching back years and years. And actually I'm quite proud of myself, because most of my yarn that I have is hand dyed yarn, because when I started knitting, it's when the hand dye craze kind of began. So Malabrigo was becoming big at the time, Madeline Tosh, they were the two big ones. And I remember I actually bought Malabrigo, because I don't think you could get Madeline Tosh in Australia at that stage, but there was lots of Malabrigo, and I bought quite a few skeins of it, and I loved it. So that's what sort of got me into hand dye and hand dyeing too. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of yarn in there. So yeah, maybe I should do that one day. What else have I got to talk about? Oh, did I mention? No, I haven't. So the winner I haven't actually drawn it yet, but I will draw the winner for the Colourmelt shawl. I was giving away a kit, so 3 colours, exact same colours as what I used for my Colourmelt, and I will put the winner up here. So I asked a question, what's your favourite comfort knit? And a lot of you had mentioned blankets. A lot of you like garter stitch. There were a couple of you who actually find comfort in really difficult patterns, which is interesting. Yeah, so it was really quite cool to read everybody's answers. So yeah, I don't have a giveaway in mind actually for this week. Maybe this week I'll leave it and I'll think about something for next week. That's probably the best way to do it. Maybe, Actually, maybe I'll give away, I might give away a kit, a cruiser cardigan kit. That'd be fun. Alright, let's do that. I'm going to give away a cruiser cardigan knit, because of course it is the release tomorrow. So the winner will receive the yarn needed to make this. I will dye it for you, and the pattern. So it's a pretty big prize. What can I ask this week? Let me think. Okay, I have a good idea. So we all love, well, most of us here love books, and I remember I have asked this question before about which book are you reading and which book is your favourite. I want to know which knitting book you would recommend to somebody. What's your favourite knitting book? I would say mine would be, I think it's the Knitter's Almanac, which is Elizabeth Zimmerman. I've read that a couple of times. I love her writing. I just find it really comforting to read. I don't know why, but I just really love it. So yeah, tell me below what it is. It could be anything. Stitch Dictionary, it could be, I don't know, anything. A novel, a knitting novel that you like. Just something that you know, knitting related that you always reach for, or that's something that you've read that you really love. And yeah, I will pick a winner. I'll just do a random number draw for this, and yeah, you can win a sweater's worth of yarn and a pattern, which is a pretty good prize. So if you haven't already, please subscribe below and give me a thumbs up so I can get my videos out there. And I'm just looking at my cat at the moment, who has crashed out on the carpet, which is very cute. Yeah, so I hope you're all doing really well, and until next week, happy knitting. Speak to you next week. Bye.
Bye.